Should a felon be able to run for president? It's something I failed to address last week in episode 198. I'll address it briefly here. Should a felon be able to run for president? You never would have thought we would have had to even ask this question. But here we are. So let's address it briefly. But before I do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Put all your people on it, and feel free to join the channel. All right? Become one of the realest ones. But let's handle this real quick. All right. So last week I talked about how we could have avoided all this shit with Trump just by, electing the president via the popular vote. Okay, if you missed that, go check that out. But here we are, y'all. We had 4 years of his disastrous presidency. And I still say we living in the Trump era. Even though Joe Biden is the president, Donald Trump still hovers over everything politically in this country. Hell, we've seen immigration bill get shot down, a bill that was bipartisan, but it got shot down because of Trump motherfucking ass. And he ain't even the president. So he hovers over everything, man. Hell, here where I live in Mississippi, Republican officials just had a rally for this man. This is supposed to be like the buckle of the Bible Belt, y'all. Okay? This is supposed to be a place that values family, faith, and football, and freedom. All of those things, okay? And they held a rally for this 34-time convicted felon. And I'm talking government officials were at that motherfucker leading that bitch. Okay? But then I get to thinking, should a felon be able to run for president? The gut reaction is no. Like, if you're a convicted felon, you've been accused and found guilty of some major crime. And the thought would be you shouldn't allow somebody who has that decision making or that lack of morality or whatever the case is that led him down that road. You would think you shouldn't want that person to be in the country's highest office. A young boy, Dylan Smith, texted me and he said, "We need to amend the Constitution. There's no way a felon can't vote, but one can run for office." Hell of a point by my youngin', ain't it? Hell of a point. But then I get to thinking about a felon who I hold dear and highly respect. Shit, I could say reveal. And that's Malcolm X. And I believe Malcolm X would have made a GOAT level president. I think a lot of people don't understand Malcolm X was well versed in like foreign policy and shit too. He knew what was going on in the world. You know what I'm talking about? Just like Dr. King, those guys knew what was going on globally, and they used that shit as a part of their struggle for our freedom here. Oh, incredible, incredible human beings. But yes, but Malcolm was a felon. But see, with brother Malcolm, he really did become a reformed human being. And I'm sure he would credit that. Matter of fact, he did credit that, give that credit to Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, for straightening him up and cleaning him up. Okay. And I know what transpired with them. Trust me, I know it. I've read the book. I've watched the documentaries. I watched the movie. I know what happened with them. But Brother Malcolm was indeed reformed. Okay. I think what hurt him is that others within the movement were not living up to the moral code that they were professing to the people. Okay. But I digress with that. But that got me thinking about, damn, what if that was me? What if that was somebody else that I know who made a mistake? You made a mistake and you kill somebody in a vehicle. Now you convicted of manslaughter. You know what I'm talking about? And while imprisoned, I mean, you went into prison as a good person. You get out, you still good. You're knowledgeable, and you use that experience in your life. You running for office. Should you be able to run? See, I'm one of these folks who think that felons should be able to vote. Like once you serve your time, you should be able to vote. You serve your damn time. I think that fucking rule they put in is a way that they try to disenfranchise black people. That's what I've seen, especially in a state like mine. Let me talk about my experience. And where I live in Mississippi, that's what them motherfuckers been doing with that shit. Trying to decrease the black vote. Because we are, unfortunately, such a high percentage of the convicts in this state for a myriad of reasons. The legacy of slavery, the legacy of Jim Crow, the bullshit war on drugs, continued discrimination, so forth and so on. Poor schools, so forth and so on. I can keep going with that. But if a person has served their time, goddamn it, I think they should be able to vote. And I think if a person is truly a reformed person who's been convicted of a felony, I do think they should be able to run for president. What I would hope is that the American people would be smart enough to see, is this person a truly reformed person? Is this person someone who made a mistake in their past, who committed a crime in their past, was convicted of that crime, served their time, and now is a reformed person who's learned from their mistake, who is remorseful about whatever they did? And then does the person have the requisite other shit that you need a president to have? The American people should be able to see all that. And this motherfucker, Donald Trump, before this conviction, should have never been president. Before this conviction, he did not have the prerequisites to be the president of the United States. He does not have that. So especially right now, he does not need to be the president of the United States. So I don't think all felons should be banned from being president. But this felon, damn sure, should not be president of the United States of America. And never should have been. So to see how motherfuckers are responding to him being found guilty, how I just saw on Twitter some motherfucking black dude got a shirt on, say Biden and convicted felon, and he got like he voting for the convicted felon, and he just smiling on the airplane like he want everybody to see. Hey, get your coon ass out of here. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Or like I said, these Mississippi government officials, they up here rallying for this man. When ain't nowhere in the hell, if Barack Obama had a goddamn misdemeanor, he wouldn't have been no fucking president. let alone a felon. 34 times over. And still face another charge. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. So no, I don't say ban all felons, because when you grow up around people, and I've given you the example of Brother Malcolm, but also you do realize that some people make mistakes and some people do become better. And I wouldn't want to bar that person who does become better and is great. And maybe that person can use that experience to help others like him or her. Maybe those folks can point to the president as an example of how you can rehabilitate your life after something like that. But guess what? This motherfucker, Donald Trump, he ain't finna do none of that. So keep him away from the White House. Put it on something.